Hello and welcome to the big picture. The land acquisition ordinance, which had been issued thrice, a record of sorts, amending the 2013 Act, lapsed today after the NDA government decided to allow it to lapse. This was announced by the Prime Minister yesterday. With the lapsing of the ordinance and the amended bill before a select committee of Parliament, the 2013 Act passed during the time of the UPA is back in vogue. Meanwhile, last weekend, the government issued a statutory order to include 13 acts, including Metro Railways Act 1978, Land Acquisition Mines Act 1885, National Highways Act 1956, among others, extending benefits of the right to fair compensation, among other things, in the 2013 Act. Meanwhile, the Finance Minister in an interview has said that they can empower the states to implement land acquisition at their level. What does all this mean and how will it play out now? Is the 2014 amending bill, which was to amend many provisions of the 2013 Act, now buried? What are the implications of this decision of the government to allow the ordinance to lapse? All this today with Prabhakar Kelkar, General Secretary Bharatiya Kisan Sangh, Mohammad Ali Khan, advocate and also someone who was OSD to then Minister Jairam Ramesh and helped in drafting the 2013 Act, Manoj Gaud, President CREDAI NCR, and Nitin Sethi, Associate Editor Business Standard. Welcome to all of you. Mr. Kelkar, you think this was the best decision government could have taken?
May I speak in Hindi?
Yeah, you can speak in Hindi. If you want, you can mix both.
Okay. So now pardon, please, your question.
कोई बात नहीं.
एक बार फिर से प्रश्न आप बताइए.
नहीं, आपको लगता है कि this was the best decision government could have taken by allowing the ordinance to lapse?
बहुत अच्छा ये निर्णय. आई थिंक ये थोड़ा पहले ले लेते तो सरकार के लिए बहुत लाभदायी होता. जो सरकार का एक परसेप्शन चला गया था किसानों में. देखिए, हमारे देश में 70% लोग हैं जो खेतीबाड़ी से जुड़े हैं, चाहे खेती है या खेतीहर मजदूर हैं. उनके मन में जो एक भय चला गया था कि हमारी ज़मीन अब सुरक्षित नहीं है, मैं समझता हूँ कि उससे वो मुक्त होंगे और अपने आप को स्वतंत्र अनुभव करेंगे. निश्चित तौर पर 2013 के कानून में भी बहुत सारी कमियां खामियां थी और अभी भी अब ध्यान में आती हैं, लेकिन लोकतंत्र के अंदर ऑर्डिनेंस से किसी चीज़ को थोपना ये
और तीन बार,
यस, तीन बार उसको हमारी पब्लिक सहन नहीं करती है. इसका निश्चित तौर पर राजनीतिक दलों ने खूब लाभ उठाया, जिसका वर्तमान सरकार को नुकसान हुआ है. और उस नुकसान की भरपाई के लिए ये कर रहे हैं और जो कदम लिया गया उसका स्वागत है.
Okay. Mr. Gaud, how would you look at this? Do you think that this ordinance should have been allowed to lapse?
नहीं, देखिए, ये तो ऑब्वियस था क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट के पास राज्यसभा के अंदर मेजॉरिटी नंबर नहीं है और जहाँ पे नंबर नहीं है वहाँ उस चीज़ को लंबा ज़्यादा ड्रैग करना इट इज़ नॉट वाइज. मेरे हिसाब से एक डेडलॉक ख़त्म हुआ और एक नया स्टेप इस फील्ड में हम आगे देखेंगे कि एटलीस्ट जो है, चाहे पुराना कानून ही है और उसके अंदर और 13 कानून को शामिल किया गया जिससे किसानों को ज़्यादा मुआवजा मिले. लेकिन मैं इसको दूसरी तरफ से देखना चाहूँगा कि एटलीस्ट जो है, जो पूरे देश का विकास की एक गति रुकी हुई है, जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए जो लैंड चाहिए, जो हाईवेज़ के लिए जो लैंड चाहिए, इरिगेशन प्रोजेक्ट के लिए लैंड चाहिए, वो मेरे ख्याल उसमें अब कोई रास्ता निकलेगा. एक जो डेडलॉक की स्थिति थी वो अब ख़त्म हुई है. और चाहे पुराना कानून ही सही, क्योंकि जो नया अध्यादेश था उसमें भी ऐसी कोई बात नहीं थी कि जिसके मुआवजा डाइल्यूट किया हो या सारी लैंड किसानों की चली जाएगी. उसमें कुछ जो प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम है इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए उसको सॉर्ट आउट करने की कोशिश की गई थी. चलिए, वो पास नहीं हुआ, लेकिन चलिए पुराने कानून से तहत ही सही, नियमों के तहत कुछ चीज़ों को सॉल्यूशन करके या आगे जो प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी उसका कोई ना कोई सॉल्यूशन जो है डेफिनेटली निकलेगा. एक डेडलॉक ख़त्म हुआ, एक जो असमंजस की स्थिति थी, एक डेडलॉक जो लगा हुआ था, मेरे हिसाब से चीज़ें आगे बढ़ेंगी. और जो एक देश के इकनॉमी के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, जिससे ना केवल पूरे देश को, किसानों को भी उससे फ़ायदा जो है होने वाला है. तो मैं समझता हूँ ये एक अच्छा कदम है कि चीज़ें आगे बढ़ने की दिशा में एक बढ़िया कदम है.
Okay. Mohammed?
Well, I certainly feel this is a huge victory, and we've been arguing this way for months.
Let us not talk in terms of victory and defeat. Let us not get into the
victory for the
politicization.
Farmers, yes.
Let us not politicize the issue. I am trying to look at this as, what will be the implications of this. of this. Does it mean now that the 2013 Act is back in force?
We are back to
And-
a position of status quo ante, which basically means that the position that existed before the ordinance came into force is now, which is now the field that will hold the realm. The question now arises, and we've been discussing this, what are the next steps? What prompted the government to do this, and what is the government going to do now
Right.
in the days to come? We are worried that this is just a temporary reprieve for the farmers, and what the government now intends to do, as evidenced by the statements of the Honourable Finance Minister and other ministers in this cabinet. We think that the government wants to get state governments to pass their own laws on the subject.
Exactly.
Watered down, diluted versions of this law coming through the state legislatures, approved under Article 254(2) of the Constitution by the President, and being given life as separate instruments other than the central
Oh,
statute.
one second. The state governments can bring in their own legislations on this based on the central law, right?
Now, the answer is not...
They can't really depart too much from the central law.
Well, the answer is actually not very straightforward, but I'll explain. What happens is normally when there's a concurrent subject, that means a subject on which both the centre and the state can make laws, the central law prevails.
Exactly.
As in this case, the 2013 law will prevail. But as has been rightly pointed out by many in the media, including my friend Nitin here, Article 254 subclause 2 of the Constitution of India gives a loophole. It allows states to enact their own laws, and if they receive the assent of the President of India, then they will continue to operate. Now, if this happens, then we will be faced with the situation where there's a 2013 law and there's a state law, provided it's received the assent of the President. We feel that this is what the BJP wants to promote. However, Section 107 of the 2013 law categorically mandates that any state amendment will not dilute the provisions of this law. It cannot reduce entitlements and benefits.
So your fear is actually not well placed.
Ultimately, it all comes down to judicial interpretation, right? The judiciary has interpreted this 2013 law and the retrospective clause particularly in a myriad number of creative and harmonious ways, even more so than the legislature had intended. So therefore, it would be difficult to say what will happen. I wouldn't want to hypothesize. But yes, we are not out of the woods yet. This is the first half
You
of the
think it
battle.
is not still out of the woods?
I think that there is still
केलकर जी
some
आपको लगता है
challenges.
कि राज्य सरकार ये जो बोल रहे हैं, कुछ फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर बोला है कि राज्य सरकार को विल एम्पावर देम करके, तो राज्य सरकार करना चाहिए इसको. अब हर एक राज्य सरकार अपने अपने कानून बनाएंगे.
देखिए, कोई भी सेंट्रली कानून होता है तो उसका फ़ायदा अधिक मिलता है. आज यदि किसानों के या हमारी दृष्टि से देखेंगे तो राज्य सरकारें जो पहले से करती आ रही हैं ज़मीनें हड़पने का काम, ये उनके लिए स्वतंत्रता हो जाएगी. और इसलिए जो अमेंडमेंट के साथ में ये कानून आ जाता तो सारे देश में एक समान कानून होता. आप देखिए, यदि राजस्थान और हरियाणा में कानून अलग अलग हैं और बॉर्डर के ऊपर कोई ज़मीन अधिग्रहण दोनों एक ही प्रोजेक्ट के लिए दोनों की तरफ से हो रहा है, तो हरियाणा में कुछ होगा, राजस्थान में कुछ होगा. एक किसान देखता रह जाएगा, एक को कुछ अच्छा मिल जाएगा. इसलिए सेंट्रली कानून पहला होना ही चाहिए, वही अच्छा था.
सेंट्रल कानून ऑलरेडी है अभी
है,
तेरा
लेकिन
का
अब तो
कानून जो
उसका
है आप उससे खुश नहीं है.
नहीं, पूरी तरह से खुश तो कभी भी नहीं हो सकता है किसान, 100% कभी नहीं होगा, क्योंकि आज भी 50 लिटिगेशंस पड़े हैं जिसके अंदर किसानों को पैसा नहीं मिला है. दूसरी बात यह है कि जब ये स्टेट गवर्नमेंट और उसके नीचे के जो कॉरपोरेशंस और हाउसिंग बोर्ड्स और ये रहते हैं, नोटिफिकेशन जारी कर दिया उन्होंने कि हमारे और मास्टर प्लान के अंदर इतने गांव शामिल हो गए, उन्होंने रेत की ढेर डाल दिए, बाकी किसान को ना पैसा मिलता है ना 5-5 साल तक वो अपनी खेती कर सकता है.
नहीं 2013 Nitin, these kind of fears are they well founded?
I think there is one large misconception that even under 2013 law, you could acquire lands for large infrastructure issues like coal-bearing areas, like highways, like petroleum lines. That continues so far. So I
But
think
no, including these 13 acts which have been included through a statutory order last weekend.
even under 2013 law, you could forcefully acquire land for these things. The compensation levels were different. Only they have been revised.
Okay.
So to say that because the 2013 law was there and there was this confusion, acquisitions were not happening, is completely wrong. In fact, if you look at the notifications, more than 100 notifications have been passed in the last 6 months, acquiring lands for different things like
And
railways.
that was under the 2013 Act
It is
or
not
under the
been
ordinance?
Under either of them, it continues to be the same way. Exactly. So it has not made a difference to these large infrastructure things. I think there Mr. Gore is either misinformed or is misreading into the law. these acquisitions have been happening, they'll continue to happen. Now, what the ordinance was tending to do was expanding the idea of what is infrastructure. So if I was setting up a private hospital, would that be infrastructure? If I was setting up a, say, a sports facility, would that be an infrastructure? Was I expanding the idea of what is an industrial corridor to expand it way
No,
far?
what are you trying to say? You're trying to say that the 2013 law was not clear about all these things, and
I think it was-
and the ordinance made it much.
No, I think the
clarified the whole
2013
thing?
law was very clear. It made exception for these 13 laws. It continued to provide that under these 13 laws, you can have forceful acquisitions. While the government was trying to bring in its ordinance, it obfuscated the entire matter by saying, no, we are bringing these in. They already existed on that platform. The new compensation packages had to be paid within a year of the 2013
But that
law.
didn't happen within a year.
That didn't happen. The government
Now
actually
the
delayed it
statutory
and
order has
tried
come
to use
after a
it.
year.
The government tried to use it to bring in an ordinance which was trying to do much more than just that. And now they've eaten their words. And I think they're juggling about saying, oh, well, this notification is here for this purpose. This was something the government was supposed to do, I think, if I'm not mistaken, by September 2014, regardless, as per the 2013
December
law.
2014, I think.
December 2014.
December 2014. So it's actually spent a year of its political capital, of its intellectual capabilities, of its political capabilities, doing something that is just undone after a year. I think that's the major worry for the
Kilkar ji,
economy
aap
rather than
kuch
what
कहना
the law
चाहते
does.
मैं 31 दिसंबर को वो एक्सपायर हो रहा
एक्सपायर हो गया था।
उसको
अब जो स्टैट्यूटरी ऑर्डर आया है उसका वो दैट विल हैव टू सी वेदर इट इज लीगली सस्टेनेबल नाउ और नॉट.
Our feeling is that it violates the spirit with which the law had laid out this particular guideline. The law had said that you must amend these 13 laws. Amendment is a far-reaching process. What it does is it makes sure that the statute is altered. Now, the statute, as Nitin rightly pointed out, there are these 13 statutes under which you are acquiring land for railways and highways and electricity and atomic energy purposes. Yet at the same time, you have a notification that broadly says, by the way, when you're acquiring that land, be sure to grant compensation and R&R at the levels of the 2013 Act. As Mr. Jairam Ramesh and other senior leaders of the Congress party have pointed out over the last couple of days, while the objective is welcome and something that we only mandated, the execution is poor. It should not have been done by way of an executive order. For
It
that,
should have been a legislation.
it should have been a legislation. They should have amended the 13 laws or brought about a suitable legislation.
हाँ खिलकर जी.
हमारा कहना था कि किसान जमीन देने से मना नहीं करता है फर्स्टली, लेकिन कंपनसेशन या उसका जो पैसा है वो उसको पहले आप दीजिए फिर जमीन लीजिए. आज वो नहीं होता है.
हैदराबाद में कर रहे लैंड पूलिंग चल रही है.
Mr. Gaud, see that, do you agree that in these last 1.5 years that, we have seen this kind of major problems arising out of this ordinance, being brought in and all the problems which has been faced politically also. The normal process of acquisition has been going on. Do you agree with that? Or do you think that at least from your point of view, from the real estate people point of view, there has been problems?
No. As far as the real estate is concerned, no land acquisition is done under the Land Acquisition Act for the real estate. We buy land directly from the farmers or the private person. So no real estate project is required land under the Land Acquisition Act. But the fact is that the 2013 Act, Land Acquisition, not even a single inch land is acquired till now in this under this Act. And there is definitely a practical problem. Just like the concern of 80% people, just like the जो मजदूर उसके अंदर जो काम करते हैं उनकी भी कंसर्न, उनका रिहेबिलिटेशन. अगर प्रोजेक्ट में कुछ डिले होता है 5 साल बाद तो वो लैंड रिटर्न हो जाएगी. दीज आर सम इन प्रैक्टिकल प्रोविजंस आर देयर. उसी की वजह से ये लेजिस्लेशन ऑर्डिनेंस लाया गया था. आई थिंक नंबर नहीं होने की वजह से जो एक्ट लोकसभा में पास हुआ वो राज्यसभा में पास नहीं हो पाया. तो डेफिनेटली जब इस एक्ट के अंदर लैंड एक्विजिशन होगा तो आप देखेंगे किस तरह की प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम आएगी. आई डोंट थिंक इसमें ज़्यादातर गवर्नमेंट के प्रोजेक्ट्स जो है वो डिले होंगे और ये एक बहुत ही लेंथी प्रोसेस होगा इस एक्ट के अंदर जो है करना. आई थिंक मिनिमम 3 to 4 years यू रिक्वायर टू एक्वायर ए लैंड. इससे केवल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट की कॉस्ट बढ़ेगी, उनका टाइम बढ़ेगा, इवन किसानों को भी नुकसान है कि लैंड एक्विजिशन प्रोसेस जब तक पूरा नहीं होगा उनको उसका मुआवजा नहीं मिलेगा. तो ये बहुत ही थोड़ी सी जगह है जो दिल्ली एनसीआर के पास जिनकी लैंड वैल्यू बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई है. नहीं तो बहुत सारे पूरे देश में ऐसी जगह है जहाँ खेती कोई एक बहुत बड़ा ऐसा लुक्रेटिव बिजनेस नहीं है कि जिससे किसान उससे लाखों रुपए कमाता हो. वो खेती बहुत फायदे का सौदा नहीं है, लेकिन हाँ वहाँ पे अगर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आता है तो उसकी जो बची हुई ज़मीन है एक्विजिशन से, या उसकी फर्दर जो जनरेशन है उसको जॉब मिलनी है, या वहाँ नए बिजनेस करने के या नए आयाम खेती के अलावा भी उनको जो मिलते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली ये पूरे इकोनॉमी को जब फायदा पहुंचाएगा तो उसमें किसान लोग भी उसके अंदर शामिल होंगे उस डेवलपमेंट
So
के
you're
लिए,
not- obviously
और उनका
not happy.
शामिल होना भी जरूरी है,
So you're
जहाँ
not-
तक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पहुंचे।
So you're actually not happy with the lapsing of this ordinance.
इट्स नॉट अ प्रैक्टिकल, नहीं, एज फार एज रियल एस्टेट कंसर्न, रियल एस्टेट को कोई इससे जो है कोई घाटा नहीं है, क्योंकि रियल एस्टेट के लिए कभी लैंड एक्विजिशन जो है वो होता नहीं है हमें डायरेक्टली खरीदने में। लेकिन हाँ, हम जरूर कंसर्न है इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए, कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए जो जमीन एक्वायर होगी इस 2013 एक्ट के अंदर, वो एक बहुत ही टिपिकल और डिफिकल्ट प्रोसेस है।
Okay.
डेफिनेटली उसमें लेट होगा, बहुत लेट होंगे।
किलकर जी, आई विल कम टू यू मोहम्मद ऑन दिस। आपको लगता है कि लेट होगा, डिले होगा, 3-4-5 साल हो जाएगा एक्विजिशन में?
देखिए 80% और जो उसकी बात की गई है SIA की, निश्चित उसमें कुछ और थोड़ा सा ढिलाई दिया जाना चाहिए था, क्योंकि मान लीजिए 4 लोगों का ज़मीन है, अब आपने कहा कि 80%, यानी तीन लोग या एक ने भी मना कर दिया तो भी वो मिलना नहीं है ज़मीन, और इसलिए उसके अंदर कहीं ना कहीं काम किस काम के लिए लिया जाना है उसको देख करके निर्णय होने की ज़रूरत थी।
मोहम्मद,
मुझे ये
you will have to answer that question, you know, because this has been
What God
raised
was
by
saying.
many people. It's not just Mr. Gaur.
Delay.
Saying that it will be a long and lengthy process. It will take 4-5 years.
ये गलतफहमी हमेशा से रही है, शुरुआत से रही है, और मुझे ये हैरानगी होती है कि
You can speak in English.
I feel surprised by the fact that many people proclaim to be experts in this law without having read it. Now, for example, I saw someone on behalf of the government saying that what the law requires is more defined timelines, but the fact is that the law already contains timelines. The social impact assessment has to be finished within 6 months. The report lapses within 1 year if it is not utilized. The process is entirely time bound. When people come up with these,
But you know, I was reading the finance minister's interview.
Right.
He says that there is no clarity in the 2013 law as far as
with
timelines are
enormous
concerned.
respect, I beg to differ on this issue. We were told when we were drafting this law that there must be specific timelines for every process, and if you read the provisions, you will find there is a timeline for everything. In fact, the entire process will not take you more than 2.5-3 years. This is slightly more, and I'm certain Nitin will know more than me on this. This is slightly more than the average lifetime of acquisition for large-scale projects currently as well, even before this 2013 Act came into force. So to say that this law is a hurdle, this law is an obstruction, etc.,
So you're
is completely facetious.
So what are you saying? You're saying that
I
this law
completely disagree.
is not different from any other laws in the past?
We are saying-
And it will take exactly the same time as it took earlier?
No, Girish sir, what I'm saying is this law is more rigorous. This is a more defined law. Of course, it has more processes. There was no concept of social impact assessment earlier. There's a concept now. There was no concept of an executive committee or an expert committee reviewing these actual clauses. There was no question of consent. Now that all of these safeguards have been built in, of course, it will take slightly longer. But that is necessary to have acquisition in a humane fashion. That is all we are saying. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say that, boss, I want the land also quickly and I don't want to satisfy these processes also. Yet at the same time, I want to pay a pittance. Gaur Saab respectfully was saying that it has silly provisions like return of land. I beg to differ. I think that is one of the most humane and just provisions of this law. I think tens of thousands of farmers have got their land returned because of
The
that
criticism
clause.
about that, this 5-year period is not a practical thing.
It is completely incorrect. आप मुझे एक बात बताइए, जमीन खाली
That
पड़ी
is
है.
not practical
नहीं,
possible to return the land, because the third party
What
interest
are you saying,
always be
Gaur Saab? If
created.
it's not practical, then why is the Supreme Court and all the high courts returned land under that clause? They have applied their mind. They have evolved standards. There are, I think, 20-something judgments of the Delhi High Court. There are some 15 judgments of the Supreme Court right now on that particular clause. In fact, that is one of the clauses that the ordinance sought to amend. So therefore, this is a completely unwarranted criticism. I think it is unfair, not borne out by fact.
Nitin, you think that, these provisions, it will
Let's
take a little
see,
longer. Mohammed says that actually it will take a little longer than what the previous act had provided for. So there is certain amount the kind of concern which certain people are expressing. It is well founded actually, saying that it may get delayed. The whole process may get delayed. But tell me, the ordinance which had been brought in, would it have made this process faster?
It would have short-circuited the process entirely.
Yes.
It was not even a middle path in my particular view. Now, I think Mr. Khan is being slightly modest towards his own side by saying that the process will get expanded where it needs to be. The process will get expanded. But the question to ask is it just? will it provide justice to the right kind of people? Does it create equity in a place where there's imbalance between the purchaser and the one trying to sell the land? And this case is increasingly so as you go away from the cities.
Yes.
In areas, if you go to deep rural areas, if you go to tribal areas, there the power imbalance is so high that you need these processes to bring a certain degree of equity between the players who are negotiating. I think what this will do practically is, in lots of cases, it anyway will help the negotiating ability of the lesser powered people to deal with the people who are trying to acquire land. In that, I think, is there a trade-off? Could we do it slightly better? Could we slightly better? That's a gray area. But the fact that are these processes required? Do you need to really identify the people who get impacted by the project, or does the district magistrate sit in the 21st century and he says, I'll tell you who are the 10 people who should get compensation? I think that is the fundamental question that you need to ask in a democracy. Is the district magistrate still the Raja when it comes to land, or is it a more democratic system you require?
साहब, that means that थोड़ा देर लगेगा, लेकिन ये जो provisions है ये ठीक है. आपको लगता है ऐसे?
2013 के
2013 के.
यदि किसानों की तरफ से, फार्मर्स की तरफ से देखेंगे तो वो लॉ कहीं ना कहीं ठीक है, ज़्यादा किसानों का पक्ष लेता है. और इसलिए हमने तो शुरू से यही कहा था कि 13 वाले लॉ रहने चाहिए. कुछ धाराएं ऐसी हैं जो थोड़ी हार्ड हैं, उनको माइल्ड किया जाना चाहिए था. जो मैंने कहा है 4 टाइम कंपनसेशन की कोई परिभाषा नहीं, 1 up to 4, तो ये एक भ्रम चला गया था. दूसरी बात, अभी जो लैंड एक्विजिशन के बाद
रूरल एरियाज में चार गुना और अर्बन एरियाज में 2 गुना.
नो, बट इट डिफाइंड बाय द स्टेट्स.
डिफाइंड बाय द स्टेट्स.
वो सही कह रहे हैं, वो कह रहे हैं इट कुड गो अप टू
4 times.
Yes, up to 4 times.
Yes.
So it even Mohammed, so that under the 2013 Act, this up to 4 times is something, or up to 2 times is something which the state governments will decide.
Yes.
This law doesn't make it very clear.
No, the
It is not
23rd
clear.
actually section 23 है कानून का जो compensation और मुआवजे से डील करता है. What it says is that look, 2 times is a flat urban rate. वो तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा आपको. In urban areas you will get 2 times the value. In rural areas the language that we used was
Up to 4 times.
up to 4 times, left to the discretion of the state, because they'll provide a multiplier that as I go away from a city center, then you can increase it. It will go to 2, then to 3, then to 4, like that. Now, over the period of last year, we have been told that that wasn't ideal. And this is something we must agree to the fact that if it wasn't ideal, it wasn't ideal. Which is why in the Joint Parliamentary Committee, all the Congress leaders, to the best of my knowledge, and this is public knowledge because it was published in various papers, gave a note saying that what we want now, हम एक संशोधन चाहते हैं, हम एक amendment चाहते हैं जिसके तहत flat 4 times कर दो आप. All compensation should be flat 4 times. None of this business of the radial
Up to.
space. No up to anymore. Just a flat 4 times.
Mr. Gowd, this 2013 Act has not been actually allowed to be implemented and used and understood. You think that we should actually see how this will be implemented in the next couple of years before we take a decision whether that is the best law, or any amendments need to be made. In any case, laws need to be amended over a period of time. So would you agree that at least it should be allowed to be implemented for a few years?
डेफिनेटली जब ये इम्प्लीमेंट होगा तो डेफिनेटली इसके अंदर जो शॉर्ट कमिंग्स है वो बाहर आएंगी, और जो शॉर्ट कमिंग्स है वो बाय द रूल्स और द पार्लियामेंट के अंदर या स्टेट गवर्नमेंट अपने लेजिस्लेशन लाके उनको दूर करेंगी. बट एटलीस्ट ये पार्लियामेंट से बाहर आया, नहीं तो ये पार्लियामेंट में पिछले 1 साल से अटका हुआ था और इसके ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा राजनीति हो रही थी, तो वो एक देश के लिए, देश के विकास के लिए अच्छा नहीं था. हमारा ये मानना है कि ये पार्लियामेंट से बाहर आ गया. अब ये ग्राउंड पे जब ये जब ये इम्प्लीमेंट होगा साइड के ऊपर, जब एक्चुअल
No, I wanted to ask you, would you and you people would be comfortable if the state governments are empowered to make these acts, and as the finance minister has indicated, you think that would be a better solution?
डेफिनेटली, क्योंकि हर एक स्टेट की एक अपनी भौगोलिक स्थिति है, अपनी उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट है, अपनी परिस्थिति है, तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का इंटरवेन इसके अंदर होना चाहिए. और वैसे भी जो लैंड है वो स्टेट सब्जेक्ट है, तो इसमें अगर उनको एम्पावर करेंगे स्टेट के अंदर तो डेफिनेटली ये एक अच्छा साइन होगा कि उनकी सहमति और क्योंकि वो प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम्स वहाँ की समझते हैं, और एक चुनी हुई सरकार होती है प्रदेश की जो है, तो एक ज़्यादा अच्छा बेटर जो है प्रैक्टिकल सोल्यूशन उसको दे पाएगी. जहाँ तक मुआवजे का सवाल है, मुआवजे के अंदर कोई भी जो है इसमें इत्तेफाक नहीं रखता कि किसानों को उनका प्रैक्टिकल मुआवजा मिलना चाहिए, रीसेटलमेंट होना चाहिए. बट हाँ, ये प्रोसेस जल्दी होना चाहिए, कि टाइम इज़ मनी हर एक चीज़ के लिए, चाहे वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हो, चाहे वो बिजनेस हो. इस टाइम को कितना शॉर्ट कर सकें और किसी का नुकसान भी ना हो। आई थिंक ये अप्रोच होनी चाहिए, तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लैंड मिलेगी और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रोजेक्ट टाइम पे और अपने बजट के अंदर जो है कंप्लीट होंगे।
Yes, Nitin?
Girish, I think something that we keep forgetting, when Mr. Gore would probably agree with me, the largest land scams that you've seen in the country and across the board have been not about acquisition per se, but about land use change.
Exactly.
Now, this has not been addressed by either the 2013 law or the ordinance. I would say if BJP wanted to invest its political capital and say, let's see competitive federalism, it would push the states to stop this scam business. And I'm sure Mr. Gore from the real estate industry would admit that the biggest scams that happen, and we've seen all of them arise, is about the land use change problems, and those are not being addressed. And I think this government should have invested all its resources in getting states on board to reform that bit. And I think that's where they've lost their focus.
खेलकर साहब, you agree with that? A land use जो है, हर state में हम देखे हैं, all of us have seen the kind of scandals which have emerged in various states because of this. Bharatiya Kisan Sangh has not addressed this issue. The government doesn't seem to have addressed this issue.
No, we fight so many times for this land use change. आज तो ये है कि दिल्ली के आसपास के ही किसान अपना लैंड यूज चेंज नहीं करा सकते, कोई बिल्डर आता है तुरंत हो जाता है।
Exactly.
ये जो प्रॉब्लम है, रियलिटी ऑन द ग्राउंड है, उसको समझना चाहिए। उसको कोई फेस नहीं करना चाहता, ये सब लोग बचना चाहते हैं उससे।
There's an entire political economy based on
पॉलिटिकली
this.
उसके पीछे इंटेंशन है। हमारा कहना, हमारा किसान यदि खेत के अंदर मकान बनाना चाहता है, आज दिल्ली में भी या दिल्ली जैसे अनेक शहरों के आसपास, तो वो नहीं बना सकता है। यदि बनाएगा तो उसकी सारी जमीन एक्वायर हो जाएगी, अपने आप इनके नियम में चली जाएगी। ये कौन सा कानून है? क्या जब शहर बढ़ेंगे तो गांव की जनसंख्या नहीं बढ़ेगी, उनके बेटे बेटी नहीं बढ़ेंगे, उनको मकान नहीं बनाना है क्या कि वो उतने के अंदर ही फंसे रहेंगे?
Mr. Gowd, would you agree with this? That this is an issue which neither you people are willing to address or the governments are willing to address. The state governments certainly are not willing to address because it has become a cash cow for a lot of state governments and political parties.
नहीं, देखिए ये तो डेफिनेटली ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि किसी के अपने हाथ में होता, और ऐसा होता भी नहीं है। जब जो भी कोई लैंड यूजेस वगैरह होते हैं वो अंडर द मास्टर प्लान गाइडलाइंस होते हैं, और जो कि डेफिनेटली अगर मैं एनसीआर की बात करूं तो एनसीआर प्लानिंग बोर्ड से भी जो है वो गवर्न होते हैं। और जहां तक किसानों की बात है, मैं इस बात से एग्री हूं कि अगर वो भी काम करना चाहें, वो भी बिजनेसमैन बनना चाहें, तो उनके लिए भी जो है लॉ इक्वल होने चाहिए, और मैं कहता हूँ रिलैक्स होने चाहिए, क्योंकि उनकी प्राइमरी लैंड उनकी होती है जो है, और वो पार्टनरशिप करना चाहें, इक्विटी बेस बनना चाहें, तो उनको भी रिलैक्स होना चाहिए। लेकिन ज़्यादातर हमने ये देखा गया है कि वो क्योंकि प्रोसेस में नहीं आना चाहते, एक जो है ऑथराइज डेवलपमेंट नहीं करना चाहते, तो मैक्सिमम किसानों की ज़मीन पे अनऑथराइज कॉलोनीज जो है वो कटती हैं। आप पूरे एनसीआर में जाके देख लीजिए। लेकिन मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर नियमों को रिलैक्स बनाया जाए और उनको कोई टेक्निकल सपोर्ट दी जाए, अगर वो भी इस बिजनेस में आना चाहते हैं, तो अनऑथराइज कॉलोनीज को छोड़ के एक प्रॉपर प्लान डेवलपमेंट किया जाए, तो इससे उनको पैसे भी ज़्यादा मिलेंगे और एक प्रॉपर डेवलपमेंट होगा। नहीं तो जितनी भी आप कॉलोनीज देखेंगे अनऑथराइज, वो इस तरह से कटी हुई हैं कि जहाँ कोई डेवलपमेंट नहीं है, कोई सुविधा नहीं है, कोई सीवर नहीं है, पानी नहीं है, और जो लोग रहते हैं वहाँ वो अर्बन स्लम जो है वो हर जगह बन रहा है।
Okay.
Talking about Gurgaon. I thought he was talking about Gurgaon.
Very quickly, sir.
Yes, very quickly, but मैं ये कहना
I'm
चाहता हूँ
talking
कि
about
आज
नोएडा, गाजियाबाद, everywhere.
दिल्ली के अंदर और आसपास बाकी शहरों के आसपास भी खेती करते हुए किसान कोर्ट के चक्कर नहीं लगा सकता, किसी ऑफिस के चक्कर नहीं लगा सकता कि मुझे ये दे दो, ये लाइसेंस दे दो।
Sir, it's a separate discussion altogether. Mohammed, very quick last words to you.
Very quickly,
Now that it is 2013 Act is back in vogue, it has to be given time to be seen how it will be implemented, or you think that certain amendments need to be made as soon as possible?
No, we've always felt that the 2013 Act is a self-contained piece of legislation that should be given a wide berth, and sorry, not a wide berth. We feel that should be implemented fully, and we feel that the 2013 law was being unjustly given a wide berth, and that's why we feel that now we'll see what it will actually amount to.
Okay. I think on that note we need to end. The fact is that the ordinance has lapsed, as most political parties wanted it. A lot of farmers' organizations wanted it. The government has given in to those demands, and we'll wait and watch what will happen next, because this will be something very interesting to watch. Thanks to all my guests. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue, the big picture sometime tomorrow.